All good. Sweet. So I have the bro Hendo here. I'm just going to ask him a few questions around mental health, and we'll just have a little chat in general, and see where it goes from there. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, bro, and what you're up to at the moment, and maybe what Hendo's Hot Topics is to you?
Yeah, sweet. So, hey guys, my name's Jack Henderson. I'm 19 years old and I run Hendo's Hot Topics. At the moment, I'm 2 years out of high school, just trying to figure out my life and set up my career with the podcast. And what the podcast is about is try and help those, young, old, and in between, just with the daunting realization that they're actually not as alone as they think they are, with getting people from all walks of life to come on, share the journeys, and have the best possible chance for them to find some relevance and similarities in.
Nice. So what made you come, I don't know, into starting that, or did you just start it in school, or is it new? I'm not actually sure myself, so I'm learning
No,
too.
you're right, bro. So I started the podcast in my last year of high school. So it was March 11th, 2020 when I started the podcast. And I really just started it. It was for a handful of mates inside my school and a handful of people outside my school, just to give them a platform where they could just be themselves, be open, and just feel safe with, releasing how they were feeling.
Nice, nice. And I can imagine, did you have any backlash from that, or was everyone pretty supportive? Because I mean, I went to Massey, and I know what the stigma's like in West Auckland, like around doing, I think, just different things, eh? Like if
Yeah.
you do something different, you cop a bit of stick. But yeah, what was that like?
So I had a couple people within my school who were giving me a bit of stick about it, but they didn't actually realize what I was doing it for. And then I had some people in the neighboring school make some piss take accounts of what I was doing and just really trying to mock what I was trying to achieve, which was trying to help anyone and everyone. Um, but then I soon learned later on as the year went on that those people who gave me the most crap were actually the ones who needed the help the most, who were actually battling behind closed doors the most. So it was for a couple months I got a lot of stick, and it was the kind of crap you'd get where you questioned if what you're doing was worth it and if it was actually going to get somewhere and help as many people as you wanted. So yeah, you're exactly right with that, mate. Especially out West Auckland, if you try to make a difference and help people, you're definitely gonna hear people's opinions about it.
Yeah, yeah, nah, it's for sure. It's like that with anything, eh? Unless you're a tradie, or yeah.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
So what are you doing at the moment, and what's your goals with Hendo's Hot Topics? Like, where do you want to take it? And yeah, I guess.
Yeah, bro, so it is. So at the moment, I'm still just trying to stick to my base aim, which was just to try help as many people as I can realize they're not alone. So I'm just ticking along, putting one foot in front of the other, just stacking out that list of people to talk to. Uh, Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have had gone to my first couple events. We'll have done my 24-hour fundraiser, talk to some schools, talk to some people, and connect with more people, and just start to get that ball rolling. Because I'm hoping to take this podcast, domestically and hopefully internationally, go speaking at events, go talking at schools, especially high schools, while I'm still young, so I have that more connection with the people I'm talking to,
Yeah.
so they feel like they can get something more out of it. Because in school you have that person come and talk to you and they're 30, 40 years old, and you're sitting there like, this guy does not know anything, or doesn't know at all how I'm feeling right now. So I feel being younger and being confident enough to go to speak to especially high schoolers, there'll be more of a way to connect and break that false wall down.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, what you're doing sounds cool. I work at a primary school, so a bit different, but intermediate's kind of that aim. I guess being like a young teacher,
Yeah,
you connect. It's better to have that age relevant because you connect with them better and whatnot. But
100%, bro.
yeah, yeah. So what have been some of the biggest challenge? Oh, actually, you talked about the event. What was the event you were talking about doing?
Yeah, so I actually only publicly said it on Sunday night, but hopefully it'll be late next month in July or before the end of the year. Nonetheless, is I want to do another 24-hour fundraiser. So last year was for Gumboot Friday with the Gumboot Walk. This year I decided I want to step aside and do one for a charity of my choice, which will be the New Zealand Mental Health Foundation. So at the moment, it's the plan, if it goes well, is to do more than 24-hour podcast, and we're going to fundraise, but also break a world record at the same time.
Man,
Get some more attraction, raise some more funds, and just have a good time.
Sweet. What is the current world record?
So it's 36 hours. So
Oh,
I just need to run off energy drinks and sleep deprive the heck out of myself.
that would be like a 10-year-old's dream, to make it in like a Guinness World Record book. I know.
Yeah, bro. That's
School.
how I felt when I went on the website to invite adjudicator. I was like, oh my God, flicking through the Guinness Book of World Records at primary school.
Yeah. That was like the go-to book for every boy.
100%, yeah.
No, that sounds awesome. So did you do the I Am Hope? Was it a 24-hour walk last year? Is that what you're
Yeah, the 100K one. That was the first time I'd actually done something like that. Hadn't trained at all. The afternoon beforehand, I bought some fresh red bands from work. Got home at about 7:30. Had a 30-minute nap and went to the domain. Started walking. And I don't know.
And then it was just
Little did I-
refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was about an hour or two before the midnight mark, and I actually started hearing voices in my head. I had some family walking behind me. I thought they were talking to me, and I turned around, and they were 10 meters behind me talking to themselves. And that's when I was like, "Oh shit! Okay, I need to get this done. I need to get this done."
Had you ever done like endurance sort of stuff? Because it does, it like makes you delusional sort of thing.
Not like that. I think Weet-Bix triathlon when I was like 8, but since then nothing else.
Goat of all events.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's sick. I want to do some more endurance stuff as well, so that'd be cool. Like, I don't know, could link up and do one day.
Yeah, man.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome, and what strategies did you use to get through these? You don't have to go too in depth; it's totally up to you.
Personally or with the podcast?
You could do each side of it. Yep.
I think I'll integrate it into one. Was the days of pretty much just not wanting to do anything, which is been recent. Last year, just had a week or two of just being unmotivated to do even the stuff I love that made me real happy, especially the podcast. But the strategy for it is in the recurring years, it's just being open. You know, the whole preach what you put out there, which I'm trying to do with the podcast, just being open and honest with yourself. That's what I realized. I go, shit, I'm trying to make people be open and honest with themselves, but I need to do the same for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I preach as much as I can with you being open and honest with yourself will work wonders. Because that's what I've done when I'm struggling, is being open and honest with my family, with my friends. The boys want to go out on a weekend and have a few cold ones and sit around and talk, and it's more like, hey boys, I'm going to step back from tonight just to sort my own stuff out. A lot of people think separating from that kind of social stuff is actually a bad thing, but sometimes you need it. You just need to sit back and have no distractions and just figure out what you need to do for you. Yeah. So that's been a big strategy. Is just being selfish sometimes and thinking for yourself first and putting in place what you need to do to, wake up tomorrow morning with a fresh, refreshed mind and refreshed plan on how you're going to take on that day and be smiling at the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, the thing about stepping back from like alcohol situations, because like, I don't know, I'm 24 now, so I've gone through a few years of battling it through, but there's like no positive outcome from alcohol really. Like, you wake up, you feel like crap, you don't do anything the next day. It's fun at the time, but you've got the time in the moment and that's it. But there's no positive future outcomes from it, I don't think. Anyway, that's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah, even in the moment though, like I went through a big spill of not drinking alcohol because I would get to the same point whether I was drunk or sober. It'd be like 11 o'clock where I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to go home now and relax. Yeah. The only difference is when you're half a box deep, you can't drive home. You have to stay where you are.
Yeah, so then you just keep going. But yeah, there's like there isn't really a positive outcome from it. From 5 years of yeah. But yeah, okay. That's really cool. I liked what you said about that. Thanks for touching on that.
That's right, mate.
What does positive mental health mean to you?
Positive mental health to me is just the feeling and knowing that you're actually a lot stronger when you do speak out, when you are honest, rather than keeping it in and meeting the stereotypes of, sucking it up, man up, stop being a pussy, don't be a wuss. Positive mental health as well is just being okay with how you're actually feeling. Not trying to fight that feeling of sadness or feeling anxious or some days feeling depressed, is actually acknowledging it and, trying to divert away from it, from being open and honest. Rather, it's so easy to sit in your bed wake up feeling really anxious and do nothing about it and stay in your bed thinking that will help. But that only builds up, that only builds up the snowball, and it's actually really difficult once you've hit that peak of feeling really anxious to actually be like, oh, hey, this is how I'm feeling. So it's better. It's always better that you hear you hear this. I guess you could call it a saying where it's like, you want to be the fence at the top of the cliff rather than the ambulance at the bottom. So you want to attack the problem and how you're feeling at the top of the cliff before you jump off and you hit that pit of shit. What do I do now? I'm really stuck. So to me, positive mental health is realizing how you're feeling, speaking out about it, being honest to yourself, and not letting it build up.
Yeah. So be present, speak up, and just deal with it in the moment, right? Rather than
100%. Yeah.
I like that snowball effect as well. I use that all the time with the students as well. Like these are 10-year-olds, but yeah, don't let things snowball, because then it's almost hard to mend.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But yeah. Is there any other strategies or tips you have for anyone out there? Any like last words? And then I'll ask you.
Yeah. I think a big one is being willing to expand your comfort zone. If you're not an athlete, or you're not an artist or a musician, is every once in a while just try those things. Try those things. Step out of your comfort zone, expand your comfort zone, because at the end of the day, right now, you say you don't like rugby. Right now, you don't like rugby. If you try it in a month or two time, you're like, oh, I got nothing else to do. Let's go pass the ball around. You might actually find you will enjoy it. Different moments of the week, different moments of the day. Your emotions are changing, and something you didn't like a couple of hours ago, you might like now. So if you're feeling stuck, if you don't really know what to do, is get out for a walk. Go for a jog. Go for something you don't usually do, and just mix up that routine a bit to challenge your mindset and challenge your mental health in terms of, okay, this is how I'm feeling today. Let's go try something different and battle it a different way, because you might not know. One, you might learn something about yourself. Two, you might find something that you love doing. And three, you might find a new outlet on how to express yourself and jump over that hurdle.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Like, be as versatile in different areas as you can, because you pick up things from doing things you don't like in the first place. Like mistakes are not mistake. You like learn from doing things that maybe weren't planned, or always like the best.
Yeah, versatile is a good word.
Yeah. Be like diverse. So where's Hendo's Hot Topics going from here? I'll leave it on that as the last question.
Yeah, sweet. So Hendo's Hot Topics now is just trying to take as many opportunities as we can, help as many people as we can. Just try to reach anyone that is willing to be vulnerable and listen and connect to people's stories and journeys and review their own selves and their own journeys and how they can improve as a person and be that person they want to be. So at the moment, I'm just working hard, and like we said beforehand, just doing all the work no one usually likes to do, which is stay late up at night and do some research, try find some new people to come on the podcast and share their amazing journeys and just be open and honest to those listening who might need it. Just try my best to get where I would like to go, which is, like we said, travel around the country, go speak at events, schools, and just connect to those people who when I was younger going through what I went through, wish they had, which is someone who doesn't care what others think, who's really open and honest what they've been through, who isn't afraid to talk about the topics that aren't spoken enough in society, and just be that helping hand that they need through like we say in Gumboot Friday, through that patch of mud that they find hard to move through.
Sweet. That sounds really cool. If you're keen to come into an intermediate, you know where to look. But
yeah, mate, yeah.
No, that'd be cool. I agree. And that'd be cool. Like, it's cool just having a conversation even with like other young dudes trying to do the same sort of thing and go in the same direction, especially in West Auckland, where there's that like whole harden up, like the whole be a tradie, toughen up mentality kind of thing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where you're going.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
Cheers for that. And so they can find you as at Hendo's Hot Topics on Instagram.
Yeah, Hendo's Hot Topics on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube.
Sweet. Cheers for that, bro.